Hey everybody, welcome to Workforce Gaming. I am Brad, here all by myself. Doug is busy this week, so it's just me. And I thought, if Doug's not around, what is the perfect game to talk about? And I thought, you know what? It's Mario Golf Super Rush. This is a game that came out last year that I think got really trashed by a lot of people. And having played it over the last month and a half, I think that is incredibly unfair. Now, this game may have evolved a lot since then. I didn't really look into what was DLC, what wasn't DLC, what was updates, what wasn't updates. So this is kind of my picture of Mario Golf Super Rush as of April 2022, where I think it is a pretty damn good game. Now, again, I don't know, didn't dig into all of the complaints from back a year or so ago, but right now, I really like this game. So I just kind of want to walk through some of the great things about Mario Golf. And then there are some things that I still think are pretty big critiques of it that make it not the Mario Golf that I think a lot of people wanted. Because I think that's ultimately the issue with this is people saw Mario Golf is coming to the Switch. And we all had such lofty expectations that we kind of forgot Mario Golf's just a fun little golf game. And a lot of the Mario sports titles I think have just kind of leaned this way where it's, you know what? Here it is. Have some fun. Enjoy yourself. And I think that's ultimately what this game does really, really well. So to start off with, the most important part is the golf just feels good. It's really tight. It's really simple. It's, if you've played a golf game before, most of them have some variation on this mechanic where you have your power bar, you hit it at the top, you hit it for power, you hit it for accuracy, you put a little spin on it. The whole thing feels really tight, feels really good. It's just kind of this long-standing feeling of this is the way, if you're going to have a golf game, this is the best way to make it play. Mario Golf, I don't think, goes any further above that, doesn't go any further below that. It is just solid. It's a good time. You sit down. It's simple. There's enough nuance in it. The way the courses are laid out, we'll cut to that in a second, but the way the controls feel, it just feels great. And that's ultimately, I think, my biggest issue that I have with people is the game's fun. It's fun. I enjoy playing it. I've gone back to it a few times. Just, well, you know, I'll just play a quick 18 really quick here. I'll just play a couple rounds. And I just ultimately feel like that's the thing that people didn't value enough in this is maybe there wasn't enough content. Yes, the adventure mode kind of sucks. Yes, speed golf is bad, but it's just fun. And that's ultimately, I think, what I look to when I look to a game like this is it fun? With that in mind, the adventure mode I'll talk about really in a second, but of course, with the golf being really good, it has to have good courses. There's 11 of them. A few of them have variations on amateur, pro, which make it just a little bit more difficult, change some of the whole locations. But they've got the basic ones, your basic, just, I think it's called the rookie course, where it's just, it looks like any golf course you could drive out to and play. You've got the ice world, you've got the lava world, you've got New Donk City, you've got Bowser's Castle, you've got kind of the golf variation of like a Rainbow Road with all the characters' faces. They're just, the courses are set up where you've got your really basic ones, your really tricky ones, and just everything in between. They all work well. Again, I don't think all of these were here when this game came out, but looking at this game now, there's a great amount of courses, good amount of stuff. Some of them have that mini golf style thing where, oh yeah, you've got obstacles, you've got wind that blows your ball one way or the other, you've got ice that makes it go a little faster. All of those different things play into it. So ultimately, I feel like the courses are good. Lots of characters, your whole Nintendo library of characters that you would expect. Everybody's here. You get upgrade clubs for playing with them. All this stuff is just so good, and it's exactly what I would want out of a Mario Golf game. Just the basics are there. The basics are perfect. It's just good. Ultimately, though, once you get past kind of the basics is where I think I can see some of the criticism of this game. And I think it ultimately comes down to how much you want a good golf game and how much you want this mind-blowing experience of a crazy Mario Golf adventure for your Mii character, and you want to really feel progression, you want to really feel all these things, or do you just want that sit-down, plug-and-play, couch co-op golf game? And I think ultimately comes down to which side you want, because I could very much see if you're really into that kind of looking at the RPG stuff and developing our character and all that, this game is not for you. With that in mind, if we shift to adventure mode, the adventure mode is a fantastic tutorial. That's really about all it is. The first half you spend learning different clubs, different shot types, different ways to spin the ball, different ways to curve the ball, all of those different things play into adventure mode for the first half. It's just a really, really well made, really detailed tutorial, which I don't necessarily know if that's what it was advertised as, and I think that's where some people kind of into it. So the first half's a really good tutorial. I really enjoyed the first. I think it took maybe 5 hours to get through the adventure mode. The first 2.5 really do feel like a tutorial, really good. The back half, though, you kind of get to this point where you feel like you've mastered the game, and oh yeah, I get this, it's working, but it's still kind of walking you through at the same pace that the tutorial did. And you end up playing a lot of the courses in this adventure mode just over and over again. And that's where I really get the sense that when this launched, there wasn't a lot of courses, because adventure mode, it is a lot of the same stuff, just over and over and over again. But as you're going through, you're playing as your me character, who has all of these fun RPG elements and RPG stats and all this stuff. And it never really feels good. Because you just kind of, at the beginning, you just feel like your character is just not hitting the ball very far. Your spins aren't doing much. And as you go through, that progresses, of course, and it gives you different sliders and different options to kind of spec your character out how you want as you go. But because we haven't talked about speed golf, which is one of the main selling points in this, because speed golf is such an important part in adventure mode, I ended up almost constantly just putting my me points into speed just so my character wouldn't walk so damn slow in speed golf mode, because that becomes, for the back half, just such a huge component of it is hit your ball, race to it, and just everything just drags when you play that mode. The mode is really kind of interesting and fun the first time you do it, but as you play it more and more, you just kind of get this monotonous feeling of, oh my god, this is just taking forever. I just need this to be done. I need this to be done. Just let me hit the damn golf ball. And there's really not much more to it than walking to it and racing against them. Yeah, you have different powers, but really, there's maybe 6 or 7 powers in the game, and they all kind of do the same general thing. So even that, it's not like something like a Super Smash Bros. Where you get this really cool final smash and every character is character specific. It's just, do they do super fast? Do they do a big AoE attack for all the other golf balls? And it's fun once or twice, but the adventure mode especially just really just bogs down in it by the end, where it's just do it over and over and over again. And it takes so much of the fun, there's just simple, pure fun that is just playing this game, and just crushes it in between just what feels like a game that doesn't have fast travel, where you're just like, let me hit the button to go to it and I'll be fine. It's kind of how you feel by the end of it. Because that's so prevalent, all of my characters' things is speed, just so I can run through these stupid adventure mode things, and that takes away a little bit from the RPG thing, because I'm not really speccing out my golfer in the way I want to play golf. It's speccing it out more in how can I make this speed golf thing more bearable. So I didn't really find that very entertaining. It was what it was. It was a good tutorial that just got way too long, is kind of the way that I look at it. But the last 45 minutes feels like it should have been this game. If you play the last 45 minutes of adventure mode, it is incredible. It is super fun. It is super unique. It is exactly what Mario Golf should be. It's there for 45 minutes of this 5-hour adventure mode. And what it is you get boss battles. And you get weird things where you're hitting golf balls at different things that are flying around. You're doing boss battles. You're going through like weird setup things. I don't know if it'd be spoilers or not at this point, but you're doing all these kind of weird things for that last 45 minutes. And it's so fun and it's engaging. And you're just doing it going like, oh, I got to the game. I'm out of the tutorial. This is the game. This is what I'm going to do. And as soon as you do it twice, the game goes, and credits. So it's one of those things of just complete unrealized potential, where you're looking at it like, this is what I wanted. I wanted this. You did it, but you did it for just this little chunk. And it almost hurt a little bit more seeing it, because you just get this perspective of what this game could have been had we focused on, you know what, instead of doing these Miis, instead of doing this big RPG world, this open world where you can walk through and you can go to different golf shops and go see everything and you have a house and all, if instead we just made this really fun golf game that, like I started with, like the golf game itself, just booting it up, picking a course, playing around, flawless. If we just stuck there and we added these boss battles, 10 out of 10 game. But it just gets bogged down so much in all this other stuff. By the end, you're just like, ugh. I wish we could have taken that out. We would have had such a great game. So it's just, I think it's just never reached what people wanted out of Mario Golf. We had Elden Ring expectations of a Mario Golf game, and we got pretty solid. So I enjoyed it. I'm still playing around here or there. It's a ton of fun, but I just think this game got trashed a little too much, and for what it is now, I don't think that's fair. I feel like this game deserves either a relook, it deserves just some attention for what it is now, because the game that it is now, I think, is what people would have wanted with Mario Golf, with just a few little kind of boring bits in there. So there you go. Check it out if you're interested in golf. I think it's a solid golf game. It's not quite everybody's golf. It's not that good, but it's a solid golf game. Anyway, we are Workforce Gaming. Follow us on Twitter at Workforce Gaming. Subscribe to us wherever you're listening, and we will see you later.